Welcome to Gaming Pop Reviews.
Episode 2.
Yeah,
whatever.
episode
No
2.
episode, but yeah.
Part
2.
We'll call it part 2, number 2.
It is the part 2 because we are doing the
Should we
continuation.
just number these? I feel like we should just number them.
No number. No number. Just because
it's number 2.
Whatever.
We'll see
We're
number
going.
3 next week.
Shut up. Part 2 because Jor finally watched the Snyder Cut.
Snyder Cut. It was actually very long.
Super long. I mean, I don't blame this guy that it took him 2 weeks to watch it.
It was not 2 weeks. It was 1 week.
It was 1 week. But 4 hours?
It took me 4 hours to watch it, technically.
I don't blame him. All right?
No, I think I watched it all in about a day.
Good.
In a day's time. Like,
In
it
a
was
day's
the whole day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're starting with that. Let's start with that, then go
Let's
to Falcon.
get right into it, dude.
Okay, cool.
People been waiting for your thoughts. So.
Dude, so I liked it, but I also didn't like it.
Okay.
I liked that it gave all the characters a good amount of story. It definitely was like a good origin story for like a lot of the characters.
Okay.
But what I didn't like was how flippin' CGI it was, dude.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I think you might have said something that it kind of ruined it for me, so I was looking out for it, was you said Batman like looks extra weak in the movie or something like that. So I was watching the movie and I'm like, he does look pretty damn lame in this movie.
Yeah. I didn't. It's not that I thought he looked weak. I just thought he just didn't do much. Like he was just there for some reason.
Yeah.
I was like, it seemed like he had honestly nothing to do.
At the beginning, though, it kind of did, because when he found Barry or whatever, the Flash kid, when he found him, it literally was like exact. That entire movie to me was a copy of Avengers, because when Bruce Wayne finds the Flash kid, it literally mirrored to me when Tony Stark finds Spider-Man? Yeah, it literally mirrored that to me exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I know who you are. Let me help you out. Like, we're putting together this big old dope team. Literally the exact same thing, which it was cool. But is that kid in the the CW show? Is he the actual?
Not him. No.
That's a different kid?
No. Those are different characters for sure.
That's kind of
different
lame.
actors. Different actors. Yeah.
That would really be cool if he could have kept playing that role. That's gotta suck for him.
There's actually quite a Are you talking about the CW one?
Yeah. Is it a different universe or something?
I mean, it's just movies, TVs. Movies, TVs. The DC, from what I hear, is their shows are not too bad. Marvel's old stuff used to be bad when it came to TV because it was just so...
All of it's bad.
Not connected.
TV superhero shows are horrible. I don't like any of them.
And that's why Marvel is doing their new little TV shows. But off of Marvel, DC... I did hear some people saying like that they kind of felt bad for the the Flash dude from the CW shows. Because people said he was actually pretty good.
I haven't seen him, but I would imagine it's like you've been playing that part for however long.
Yeah.
It's literally like if Tony Stark was playing Iron Man and then in Avengers they're like, Robert Downey Jr. is playing Iron Man and then they're just like, let's get Val Kilmer for this one.
It's
that's
like...
kind of what it seems like.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
You know, but...
You had a kid, you knew he was doing good. Maybe it might have effed up their story or just didn't want. They just didn't want to make the kid famous. But anyway, back to the dang movie. I liked a lot of it. Like I said, I liked how it built a lot of characters and shared a lot of stories. I definitely liked how it was like the origin story was the Aqua people, Atlanteans, and the Amazons. Like that was cool. That was pretty cool. Like backstory really built it up. What I really hated was how homies were looking CGI the entire show.
Yeah, bro.
Cyborg was like, dude, what am I looking at right now? Like you look cool, but you also look really horrible.
It's for Cyborg too. I mean, I like that Cyborg got super fleshed out in this movie.
Yeah, he definitely had. That's what I'm saying. He really got his origin out.
But it's like the fact that homie, and I mean, I know this sounds dumb because that is his character, but it's like, bruh, it's like we're just seeing literally just a side of your face.
Yeah.
And then other than that, it's
literally.
Well, even his face, I'm sure, is CGI, bro. Like,
his face. There's one scene where he comes in.
It looks like Play-Doh.
There's one scene where he comes in and he's like standing behind somebody, and my immediate thought was, is this a fucking game trailer right now? Like, I literally thought it was a trailer for a second. I was like, damn, this is about to be cool.
Yeah, you're like, what is this?
Yeah, that homie, it was way too CGI'd. But I liked it. I mean, I really did think they could have dumbed him down a little bit with the CGI. They could. Yeah. That's what gets me. Is like, all the 90s, 80s, 70s, a lot of them movies use as much practical effect as they possibly could. Alien. Most practical effect movie, like real physical stuff.
Facts, dude.
And then to today where it's like, I get that some of those scenes wouldn't have worked out, but it's like you can't tell me you can do like Iron Man. Iron Man had all of those armors. If anything, he had like the plate up to here that was fake.
Yeah.
Here was the metal plate, and then underneath were all the like the little dots and all that stuff. They couldn't do that same thing for Homeboy.
Well, I guess the more that movies progress, it's like it's getting. The lines are getting weirder, right? Because now we're talking about, because you say about Iron Man, and that is very true. But I feel like that's early Iron Man movies. Because now when you talk Infinity War, Endgame,
no, they're definitely
Spider-Man and Tony are just wearing
those ping pong
right here, just their face essentially, and then everything else is CGI, which is nuts. But it's like Marvel. That's where it just goes to show. And this is not to say Warner Brothers or DC has no money. Of course they have money. They're one of the big players in the movie space. But Marvel just has, that's Disney money. It's a different type of money. So their CGI does 100% does not look like CGI. It's like, holy crap!
They really tried.
Like Tony Stark when he died in Endgame.
It definitely was CGI.
That is all CGI on his face. You couldn't tell. You're like, oh my God, like this looks so real, bro. But that's just the money difference, I guess. What Disney's willing to go to just really make their movies just hit.
Did you notice the constant repetition in the Justice League movie? Like constant, like literally the same things were happening. So they would go to fight somebody, and they literally every single character got thrown into a wall and had that perfect like indent of where they went into. Yeah. Just like in Dragon Ball Z, every like scene where homies were fighting, that exact same thing happened. Yeah. And then every other scene when they was like, okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Yeah. Every single time Lois Lane came on, my eyes rolled. I was like, what is her part right now? All she's doing is, I miss Superman. And it's like, okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. Superman comes back. And when he came back and like started messing with Lois Lane, I fast-forwarded.
What?
I fast-forwarded through that part.
Are you talking like just that whole part where he's at the house with the mom and all that?
Yeah, everyone starts coming together. I literally was like, fast-forward, I guarantee you I know exactly what they're saying. Oh, I can't believe you're back. Yeah. Oh, man, I love you so much. Yeah. Well, I have to go be Superman, and you can see they're hugging. Yeah. He's like, I have to go be Superman.
Yeah, literally,
we don't want you to go,
yeah,
kind
literally.
of stuff.
I'm like, I gotta go.
Yep. Fast forward. Yeah. All right, cool. Action. Yeah. That's literally how I watched that movie.
I want to real quick, like, just with your. So, how do you feel about this, right? Because obviously, you're giving your thoughts on the movie, and you're picking the things you do like and you don't like. You bring up CGI. How do you feel about that first cut that came out? Was like even worse, bro.
I didn't see the first cut of Justice League, right?
I know. Yeah, you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but from what I saw with this one, it's like this one was pretty bad. So to imagine like
what that one looked like,
probably worse. And what's interesting to me on this one is this almost seems very raw. It seems like they made it and we're just like, hey, dude, get your scenes out there. We'll edit it. They didn't do anything else. They literally just put whatever scenes he needed. Literally just cut exactly that. The Snyder cut. It was put in the pieces he put in there. You know, like when you're watching the deleted scenes, and sometimes they're not like fully animated and it's like kind of drawn out. Yeah. That's kind of what it felt like to me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I totally hear you. It
felt like that to me. Totally some of the like the jumps, like some of the scene jumps, just didn't make sense. Like I can't remember exactly which one. I think it was the one with Aquaman. He was like standing on the shore trying to look all cool and the waves were like engulfing him. Yeah. And then like the music was getting all dramatic and then the next shot was him just like swimming through the water with the weirdest music accompanying him. I'm like, this is weird.
The music choice.
It was weird, yeah.
What was up with the music choice?
There were scenes where it was like a full song and then it wouldn't finish and then just cut to whatever. Oh my gosh.
I don't understand.
And with the repetition, every time Wonder Woman got in a fight. Did you heard her music?
Yeah.
Every single fight with her.
How did you feel about the slow-mo?
Oh my god.
Talk about repetition. How did you feel about the slow-mo, bro?
That was so bad. The last fight, it was like,
dog.
Cool. Let's go. Cool. Let's go. I really wish they would have used Martian Manhunter. He was super cool. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the characters. Steppenwolf, I did like his whole armor. Yeah. The fact that it like constantly was moving was so cool. And he was a good hero or a good villain. I'm just hyped up. I really actually did like this. He was a good villain, and I really liked how you know, like when Starscream is like trying to make Megatron happy, telling him the whole plot. Like, literally the whole time, he was pretty much up there. Like, he kept up the pace. I'm only missing the one cube. I got it. I promise I'll get it. But the whole time, Darkseid was like, yeah, no. Oh, is that what he originally looked like?
Look at what he originally looked like. This to that. And
I kind of like that just because it was, like, more armory. Oh, yeah,
this
that's ugly.
To that.
I didn't like how it was just his face. I'll have to put that picture in there.
Steppenwolf, big. They did a lot. Between the original and this, they changed him a lot for the better. And he was a good villain. He was a good villain. It was kind of like, in a way, he's like Loki, because you're trying to work for the higher guy to come and blah, 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 trying to appease them.
And tell me you were not a little bit scared of Darkseid. He actually was pretty cool.
Did Darkseid talk?
He did talk. He had like the deepest kind of fake voice. He almost sounded like Mufasa. He almost sounded like Mufasa.
Okay. Yeah.
I liked it. He was one of the fake characters that you could tell was a CGI, but you still kind of liked him.
Nah, he was like
he had a presence.
He was like a Thanos when you first saw Thanos. Thanos was all CGI. You remember that first Thanos? Purple. He was super purpley, all CGI.
No, they have to bring. There has to be a second one because it literally feels so unfinished. And what was that scene at the end?
With the Justice.
Let me start over.
Yeah.
When did Superman die? Is that at the end of Batman vs. Superman?
That's at the end of Batman vs. Superman.
Okay, so I didn't see that. So that's where they were picking up, was literally right from the end of Batman vs. Superman.
Yes. Okay. He died from Doomsday, I believe. Doomsday. That's where the trailer. That's where he's like one of his biggest nemesis in the trailer. They automatically bring out Doomsday in the first movie, and then they kill him. The death of Superman is such a big thing. They kill him in the movie. So they bring out one of his biggest villains. They kill him in the thing. And it's like, that's why everybody was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. And then in the trailer gives away Doomsday. So the trailer, there was like that movie, Batman vs. Superman, and just DC in the whole. DC in a whole has been a mess.
I believe it.
A mess from the start. Now, I know you still got some more to talk about this, but Snyder Cut, and I want to hear more of it. But what I want to ask you, and I want you to talk more about the Snyder Cut, but what I want to ask you right now is, how do you feel about all the praise that this movie is getting? Do you think it's warranted, or do you think it is just overblown?
That is a very loaded question, because me as like a wannabe director, like filmmaker, like I see what went into it, so I do give the praise of like Snyder coming back and even saying like, hey, this is the version I wanted to make,
to put out.
This is exactly what I want. This was my envisionment. This is the best I can give you. Yeah. So I like that, but at the same time, I didn't like, you know, how, like I said, how it's kind of like a half me effort, you know? It's literally like the deleted scenes of the movie just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah. Pieced together.
And then I because I look at that and I look at Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. The Extended Edition looks just the same as the regular version.
Straight up, yeah.
And it's like, it's just as like, dang, okay, I'm still into this. Maybe it's a little more talking, but it's like, okay, this is talking I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Now I understand why Gollum is this way and why the ring is here.
Yeah.
Where this one is like, okay, now I understand the mother boxes, but it's
for sure.
like,
yeah.
That was actually that was cool. I've never is that the first. I am like rambling so fast.
Hey, go, bro.
What is that the first movie where a superhero has been brought back to life? At least like currently. Because I haven't seen anyone be brought back.
I mean, currently, if we're talking, especially with Justice League in general, because Superman did get brought back in Justice League in 2017. So yes, it is. When we're talking nowadays, current Marvel, not Marvel, but just superhero movies, yes, that is the first movie that brought back a superhero from the dead.
Which is cool. Like like homies have never seen that. So it was kind of a cool. It reminded me of the Lazarus Pit, the way that they brought him back to life.
Yeah, with that. The Flash had some good scenes.
He
bro.
did. He was tough, dude.
He had some good scenes. He was a tough dude. Bro.
He had a lot of Flash scenes.
Yeah.
Or not Flash, Quicksilver scenes.
But
it's like this. But he's different because he touches stuff.
Yeah.
I thought he would be strong enough to like pick people up, kind of like how Quicksilver would take people. You know.
What I want to. So you know how the original version that came out was with Joss Whedon. He was the dude who originally made Avengers. Can you believe that the Flash scene at the end of the movie where he has to reverse the time with Darkseid and all that, and he's running and you see everything building back? Can you believe that wasn't in the original cut?
I can't actually.
Can you believe
Joss Whedon? Something to you.
Joss Whedon and them cut that out of the movie. That's really insane.
Like the most important one where it goes back in time and he because it kind of failed already.
To make it fail, it failed, and then he goes, but he's like, all right, I gotta redo it, and he's like, but and he's just going, and then everything's rebuilding. Cool. I'm like, for a guy who really did not. I don't say didn't like it. It was average to me. It still felt average.
No, well, he had an arc.
That was one of the best scenes in the movie.
That was
if
so
not
cool.
The best scene.
It was cool because it's like a power arc. Because at the end, he's like, dude, now I can finally reach this light speed. And then at the end of the movie, he's just doing it casually.
Yeah, and
I like that.
And when you bring up like a power scene too, because it's like he got shot. Exactly. So he got shot. So it's like a thing to where it's like, all right, how strong is my heart and my will? Mm-hmm. And it's like, that was cool to see. He was like, all right, let's go. And he did it, and it was sick, dude.
That was cool as heck to see him just like, does he speed up his own like healing process to heal himself? Because that's cool if he's like healing up, speeding the cells.
So. Yeah, I would think so.
That makes sense.
If you're a dude who can, everything, your body can go this way, I would think so. That you could focus on that and make you heal yourself quicker.
That's pretty dope. Better than like some nanites just coming around. But yeah, he was a cool dude.
What were you going to say, bro?
I did like a lot of it. The thing I had to admit to was at the beginning of the movie, I had to restart it like 3 times in the first 10-minute window. So you know when Batman literally comes up on the cliff right before he starts like talking to the people, I kept falling asleep right there.
Oh my God!
I don't know how. I literally was sitting in the chair like this and just, and then I'd wake up and he's talking to Aquaman. I was like, what did I miss? So I'd rewind it.
And essentially, you missed nothing. They're not.
I really didn't.
Really talking about shit.
I really didn't. But it's like I thought I was, so I kept rewinding it.
Well, I guess in that part it was kind of cool, just because like he's talking. He's like a myth to where it's like, yeah, we know. I know there's this guy who comes to your village, and like just out of nowhere, just mysterious dude who comes, no clothes, essentially, and just like helps the people. And it's like it's like cool little backstory.
And that's the other point I wanted to make with Batman. He's a detective. That's his biggest gimmick. He's so smart. He figures out who did it, how they did it. So that's what made me like Batman at the beginning, because he found the mystical dude and is like, I know for a fact you're the guy. Yeah. Same thing with Barry. I know for a fact you're the guy because I'm that smart. Yeah. So it's almost like he knew what he was doing, especially with that little crab machine that he had. He knew all the plans. It's very interesting how smart they made this dude. Yeah. But like you said, I feel like fighting wise, he definitely was weak.
He got so underplayed. Like I just don't get it. I felt like even for some reason in my head, in the original Justice League, I felt like I saw more of him. But maybe that's because I was just thinking of how much he was in Batman vs. Superman. So I'm like, maybe, because, those movies came out closer to each other. It's been like 4 years since Justice League came out. So I'm like, maybe in my head, I'm thinking of seeing him so much in Batman vs. Superman, and I'm kind of just like mirroring that into Justice League. But
I know I have
regardless, though, Batman is one of the biggest characters on the planet. So it's like, why did homie really have nothing to do? Like
he was just there to assemble the team and say, hey, go there.
Essentially assemble the team and just be like, all right, let's do this, let's do that. Which I understand that everybody around him is super strong, right? But it's like the cartoons. Homie is still able to do a lot of stuff.
He keeps up.
So it's like, he's one of the biggest characters ever. That's why you made Batman versus Superman to introduce him. Because Man of Steel came out first.
Yeah, exactly. He kept up with Superman at the movie, but yet the winged figure he can't fight. He can't fight a winged figure.
But
without weapons.
Yeah, it was very interesting the way that they used Batman in this movie. But then again,
at the end,
that's where they say. Shout out to I can't think of the name right now, but I think it's Tutu, or I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it right next time, I swear. But she always comments on her stuff and she talks to us, and it's really cool. She gives a lot of good feedback, and she did mention, and I already knew that, I just remembered because of you. But she brought up that Affleck was like a super alcoholic during the time of filming that movie. So maybe that was what was interrupting him really like getting his scenes in the Justice League was because he was such an alcoholic. So maybe they recorded a lot of stuff with him, but they're like, bro, we're just gonna cut it. We're just gonna cut it. I could see that being a thing. I really could.
Is me or is Ben Affleck just a weird pick?
Batman versus Superman. Batman versus Superman. He was actually pretty fucking sweet. in that movie.
Maybe it's just
he
who
was
directs
pretty
him.
sweet.
It's just who directs him, because it's like Batman to me has some like the people who play him have low key become like James Bond figures almost. Yeah. Because Batman just kind of keeps getting reincarnated, and it's like I am so flipping excited for the
Robert Pattinson.
The Robert Pattinson version.
Yeah.
That is the toughest Batman.
Pattinson.
And it's like that Batman right there was destroying home. And that was just a trailer.
He looks
and it's like, how come he couldn't do that same thing in this movie?
He looks so good.
Is that one going to be a Batman Beyond character? Is that who he's going to be? Or is he just regular Batman?
No, he's regular Batman. That Batman is like in the 80s or 90s. This is like early Batman. This is like early Batman.
The Pattinson one is early?
The Pattinson one is early.
Oh, because he's definitely.
Because that's why you see the Mustang and stuff. Like the Mustang with the stuff on it. Like he's still early Batman.
Like a 15, 20-year-old? What time? I don't even know when Batman starts.
This is youngin'. So the Ben Affleck right now, this is a Batman. It's like Robin's dead in the movie. You didn't know, like, Batman versus Superman, they go through that. That's what the Joker at the end, and he has that conversation. He was like, you lost somebody, like blah, blah, blah. He was talking about Robin. He was like, what? You're blah, blah, blah,
So they just
died.
insinuated that they were together. They never really show them together?
No, you see Robin's suit in the cave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
in Batman vs. Superman, you see Robin's suit in the cave, and it has, I think, the Riddler's stuff on the case. But it kind of basically saying the Riddler is the person who killed him. Damn. But Robin is dead, and Ben Affleck, he's basically playing a Batman who has been doing this for years and years and years. He's basically old Batman. Yeah. He's ready to just be done. You know,
they need to do the Batman Beyond. They need to take it. Either
that's the future. That's the futuristic one, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's a future one. Where
that would be.
He's got the sleek red.
Yeah.
Red emblem.
Yeah,
that one's
super sleek.
Cool. He's a
that
cool
would
Batman.
be lit, bro.
Well, final verdict on the Justice League. The one thing that I like, the repetitiveness was the only thing that really killed it for me.
Yeah.
The slow mo, the same like action feature. The slow pans at the end when I'm sorry to touch you like that.
Go ahead and touch me, bro. Go ahead and touch me. It's all
at
good.
the end when they're zooming out from the house.
Yeah,
I was still fast forwarding because it literally like I don't even remember the conversation between Martian Manhunter and Batman because it's just like he literally was just like he's still coming. Beware. There's a part 2. Basically, is what he said.
Yeah.
And he flies away, and that pull-out scene from the house is just like, okay, how much longer? I know we're down to the final seconds here, and yet you've taken a full minute of just of zoom out.
Oh,
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
But what's up? Before we finish, I do want to understand that last scene. Is that an alternate universe where they failed?
Of what?
An alternate timeline? Like, why is the world destroyed at that last cut at that last scene?
That's a nightmare scene. That's a nightmare scene. So with Joker and all those people and that different crew, that is a nightmare scene. Essentially, that's Batman dreaming.
But Joker in there says, how many alternate timelines did you mess up?
I can tell you it's really not an alternate universe. It is a nightmare scene.
It is a nightmare scene. Okay, but I don't know, because
that's what they name it.
And Darkseid talk about multiverses because they're trying to find the alter life or whatever, the anti-life, and they want to use it to destroy multiverses instead of just one universe. So that's what makes me think of that whole scene at the end.
Also, I mean, with what Joker's saying with the multiverses and stuff, like whatever he was saying, that's literally, that could hint at multiverses. But okay, you bringing this up is making me think about Flash. Eventually, they're gonna make a Flash movie, and what he's supposed to do is reset shit. That's why in the movie, I'm not sure if you caught it, but Batman has that casual conversation with Diana, and he's like, yeah, I had a dream last night that what's his name?
Flash. Let's call him Flash.
Yeah,
Barry.
He's like, I had a dream last night that Barry came into my dream and said that Lois Lane was the answer.
Yeah.
That's like, so essentially what you're talking about, multiverses, right? There is a rumor going around, which I totally believe it, that Flash is supposed to do Flashpoint and reset the whole fucking thing. That way it can let them recast characters if they want to, and then also new universe, multiverse, whatever.
Well, and then not only that, but that universe, the dream version, is only if Lois Lane got killed.
That's They're
right?
it's essentially like kind of like injustice shit. Like Superman is gonna go fucking bonkers and go crazy and kill everybody and go evil if Lois Lane dies in some type of way.
We gotta get a control of that dude. There needs to be some kind of control on that dude, because when he came back to life, I was like, dude, you do not know who you are. Wake up.
That was sick, bro. That was sick. Superman,
emotional dude.
You haven't gave your score yet, but real quick. You haven't gave your score yet, but real quick, what I want to say about DC and all them is they got good characters. They essentially, before Marvel became Marvel with this universe, DC had the bigger characters.
Oh yeah,
they had the name. They had Batman. They had Joker. They had Superman. They had all these mega characters, and then Marvel comes along and makes this crazy, insanely beautiful, amazing universe to where DC can't really keep up, and they keep trying to play catch up. That's the thing. They're trying to play catch up with people who are already 10 years ahead of you.
Well, not only that, but a lot of the characters are just different versions of the same characters. Iron Man is Batman. Superman is like probably Thor or Hulk.
Thor, yeah.
Or
Thor,
Hulk or something like that, you know? Actually, definitely Thor.
Definitely Thor, a god. He's a god.
Outer world
he's
person,
a god. Yeah.
They've
He's
got
like a god.
Cyborg. I don't know who the Cyborg competitive is, but I guarantee you there's one in Marvel.
Yeah,
but it's
for
like,
sure.
Yeah, they're the same characters bouncing off of each other. But as far as the score, personally, my score is gonna have to be. Really didn't think this far ahead. I didn't expect to have to do this part.
Score it.
Okay, let me review this movie real quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it an 8.2.
Oh my god!
I had to do the 0.2.
You can't do 0.2, bro. Look, we had this conversation last week. I let him get away with the half point, the 8.5s and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, fine.
So if you're going to do the points, we're doing the 0.5.
Fine, then it's a 7.5. I almost said 6.
Okay.
Just piss you off. 7.5. Would slightly recommend. Personally, I'm going to have to rewatch it. I'm going to have to rewatch the beginning and the end. I might skip all the middle part, but... I mean, if you like long movies, that's all you. That's like I said, 7.5. That's what you want to take of it.
7.5, 6.5. I gave it a 6.5. I wanted to give it a 6, but he talked me into the whole fucking point thing. So
it makes sense because you don't want to be like a complete jerk.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
And yeah, that's your fucking our thoughts on the Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
Finally,
it was cool.
We did it. Let us know your guys' thoughts. Talk to us in the comments. Let us know what you think.
And
let us know. Yeah, let us definitely know what you thought on the Snyder Cut.
1 through 10, right down below.
And my question to you guys is: do you guys think all the praise that the movie is getting is warranted, or do you guys think it's just overblown? So let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. And
it's taken like 9 minutes to do Captain Falcon. Only because we talk so much, and I don't know. It don't really matter. Just watch that camera because you know it'll do the thing. So, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What did you think of that episode?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Let me tell you first. I finished Justice League up here, and then I went down into my room and I was like, well, I guess I'm not tired. Let me throw on that movie. So I literally went from Justice League to the Falcon Winter Soldier, and I immediately was so much more attached to the Winter Soldier stuff than the Justice League. I literally was like, okay, this is better. This is what I like. Like, this makes more sense. The colors are more poppy. Like,
Talk to him.
I was connected. I was a lot more connected to the Falcon and Winter Soldier than the Justice League. And I personally really liked this episode. This was a good little episode, especially because it made, like, at first, I already didn't like the new Captain America. This episode sealed in that flavor. I am not going to like this dude ever, never, ever. Because he's just, like, such a, you know?
Okay, well, let me say this. Because...
he's a good dude, I'll give you that. He's trying to be... you want to feel for him because he's a good dude.
With him, so I'm looking at it like this, and it's interesting interesting dynamic that's going on right now. You got two black and white guys.
Literally,
different
I
sides
didn't
of teams.
even see that. Yep.
Two black and white guys on different sides of teams, right? Shut up. Two of them on different sides of teams, right?
Yeah.
You got the new Cap with his guy. You got Falcon with his guy, and it's very interesting to see. And with the new Captain America, it's like I was hearing everything that we were saying about him, right? And in that locker room when he was like getting prepped and that girl walked, I'm not sure if that's his wife or something,
that's his girlfriend or something.
But just like hearing everything and like she's like, yeah, I used to come in here in the football games and blah blah blah, and it's just like this dude has a history of being the guy and like doing good shit.
He's the all-American dude. And he's definitely the all-American.
He's your all-American dude. He is the most. He has the most Purple Heart awards, 3 of them, out of anybody in the country.
That means you get shot, right?
That's like where you like save your life you sacrifice your life for somebody else.
Okay.
And then I thought it was really funny when Bucky was like, have you ever jumped on the grenade? And he was like, yeah, matter of fact, I have 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
the helmet's pretty well reinforced.
Yeah. So I'm like, yes, you want to hate the dude, but when you really look at the dude, he does embody what Captain America stood for.
Yeah.
So it's like this dude's not a bad guy. And that's where at the end, we're going to talk about the episode, but I'm just giving quick thoughts. Mm-hmm. At the end of the episode, to where you hear him, he's like, okay, well, next time just stay out of my way. Mm-hmm. I think it's more because he's like, okay, well, I've been trying to give you guys a chance. Like I'm trying to work with you guys. I'm trying to make this a thing. I understand your guys' history. I understand who you are. You guys have saved the world. I'm trying to be on your level. I'm trying to work with each other. And they're like, nah, like we're not trying to work with you. And he's like, all right then, next time stay out of my way. And it's like, I can't really feel a type of way about homie because like you already try to give them multiple chances to let them know that you're just trying to be here and do good. Okay. But they're not.
I can agree with you, but here's where I differ. So while I was not living here in Las Vegas, I was living in Utah for I think like 6 years. I met a very particular character, some would call it Chad. Basically, you're all-American dude, played football, has done all the cool kid stuff. Doesn't really. He's got a girl, but anyway, he's your white dude. Yeah. That is literally Chad is exactly what I see this dude as. Your Captain America is a complete Chad, just I'll do whatever makes other people happy kind of guy. And the whole reason I don't like him. I think it's just because of the same reason Falcon doesn't like him. It's like, you're not Captain America. I didn't give the shield back.
You don't deserve
for
it.
You to take the shield.
Yeah,
I put the shield back because I don't even deserve the shield. So why do you deserve it?
Yeah.
I've been there. I fought with Captain America.
Yeah.
I took out Thanos. I was gone for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. This dude, I'm an all-American guy playing football every damn day of the year.
Yeah. Well,
having interviews on a football field.
Well, okay. So I hear what you're saying.
I don't like him.
I hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You don't like him. Now, you mentioned that you like, he's like does whatever he needs to do to please you, blah blah blah. Now this is where it's like, from hearing what he said and blah blah blah, and he's just like, when he's in the locker room, right? When he's in the locker room, before he's even walking out into that field, he's like, I just hope I can live up to that. And he was also saying, he was like, how am I going to live up to that? You know what I'm saying? This is a guy who is grounded and knows who he is and also knows, how am I going to compete with that? So in his head, he's like, I need to do it. I need to try. He's like, he's practicing his lines to the locker. He's just like, good morning, America, or hello, America. Yeah. Like, this is a normal dude. This is a normal G.I. Joe, just in the street. He was in the army, and for some reason, he got picked to do this job.
I hear that.
So it's like, I don't want to hate him, but I 100% understand Falcon and Bucky. And they're like, those are, especially Bucky, like, you guys are super soldiers. You have known each other for 100+ years. You guys are fucking super soldiers. You guys are buddies. And for him to be like, bro, why does this guy have the shield? He gave it to you. And Bucky's like, you had no right to give up that shield. Like, you had no right to give it up. That is your shield.
He
right, gave it to you.
He
didn't give it to this dude.
He's absolutely
right. He
is.
is. Bucky is right.
That is why I think I don't like him, is because I absolutely agree with Bucky in the sense of that dude shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it's kind of like, literally how like we were talking about earlier. The same thing with the Flash. It's been Flash all the way up to now, and now all of a sudden we're recasting the Flash. So that's literally how it seems like in the Marvel universe. And I personally feel like the reason I don't like this dude is just because he's like, he seems like a regular dude mixed in with all this other stuff. He isn't like a super soldier or any stronger or anything, right? Yeah. He just can throw the shield.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's just a regular, very good soldier.
And we're going up,
very good soldier.
We're literally going up against super soldier serum people. And we're now finding out that there are more super soldier serum people from Captain America's time. The black dude who had been there, been in prison,
we'll
which
touch
is
on that.
crazy.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
And then, but yeah, that's why I don't like him. I don't like him because it's like he's trying to step into the shoes all the way instead of being humble about stepping into the shoes. And maybe he is being humble, and everyone just doesn't like him that much, so that's what's pulling it out. But it's just like
they don't like him. They don't like him.
I don't like him.
They don't like him. I hear what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from, and I see it. And I don't want people to think that it definitely sounds like that. So I'm like, he should be a new Captain America. I'm not fucking saying that. All I'm saying is, this is a dude who was just chosen for it. It's not like he came out and asked for it. I think he said it in the show.
That's a good point.
He was like, I just came to me. I was just chosen. I was there. I was just there, and it happened, and now I'm this. It happened. They say it happened in a 2-week span. Yeah. So it's like it happened in a thing to where he's just living normal army life, and then out of nowhere it's like, hey, we want to give you the shield, and you're going to be the next Captain America. And that's why in the beginning he's looking at the shield. He's not the shield, but he's looking at the suit. The suit. He's like, can I wear this type shit? And his friend comes in, and he's like, dude, you're fine. You'll be good. You can do it. Like,
so
get out there.
That suit that he's wearing, I think I told you last time.
That's not
Captain America's suit. So. Yeah. In the comics, when the same character takes Captain America's place and is wearing the same armor and everything, but then Captain America comes back, takes his whole stuff, and that outfit he's wearing now is the one that he wears in the comic books after Captain America comes back. So it's kind of interesting. It's a little fun fact like that. Yeah. And the reason I feel like I don't like him is because of this. After Age of Ultron, they basically set into fact the Sokovia Accords or whatever. Just basically saying if you're going to be a superhero, you have to follow the rules, right? Yeah. And I think that's why I personally don't like him. Because on the Captain America side, Captain America's like, no, you're not going to tell us how to run, how to do anything. Yeah. And you see that in Bucky and in Falcon. And
they
now,
even say it. Yeah.
Exactly. They're like, we're freelance. Like, we get to do what we want. So this dude is trying to come out and be like, hey, come work for the government. I'm the good guy now. And it's like, dude, I don't like you. I don't like the government. Why don't you just let me do my thing? Yeah. You go over there. Quit jumping into my case. We were on this case before you got here. You just heard about it. Yeah. So I think that's why I personally don't like him.
I understand. I see both sides. Of what's going on.
I'm interested to see what happens, what continues to go on with this.
I definitely want to see what happens. I want to see if this dude turns into a bad guy, or does he just eventually like, you deserve the shield, and like, I've been trying to fight you this whole time, but you deserve it. He gave this to you, you should have it.
That part when they're fighting on the truck with the shield, you could see Bucky a few times like trying to reach for the shield.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he would like reach for it, and then the new kid would like grab it like away from him. Or like they would like bounce it off.
Well, no, bro. There was a part to where he grabbed the shield and threw it back to him.
Threw it back to the guy?
Yes. There was a part to where Bucky grabbed the shield because like I think it bounced off somebody, and he grabs it and then he throws it back to the dude.
I swear he grabs it, and as he grabs it, someone like the one dude comes and grabs it from him. No, that's what I thought happened.
No. He threw it back. Like you could tell in his face, and he was like, it didn't feel right, because Bucky's instincts are, you get the shield, you throw it to Captain America. So he gets the shield. Think about it. It's the first time doing that in so long. So you get it and you just throw it to the dude who's wearing the blue, white, and red, and you throw it to the first person who you see, and you're like, and then his face after he threw it was like what the fuck? Like that didn't feel right.
I'll have to rewatch it.
You know?
Yeah.
So
that is interesting.
Now, okay, so we talked about the new Cap. Now let's get into.
I kind of want to get into that crazy basically the theories of the other soldiers, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about the guy. Let's talk about the guy.
This is crazy. I don't remember.
I don't know.
It was Isaac. It was Isaac. And it's interesting because Isaac, they literally say, let's go talk to Zemo at the end of the movie.
Yeah, Zemo. Yeah.
And Zemo is the dude from Winter Soldier Civil War, who's trying to bring back more super soldiers. And it's like, the super soldier serum is so interesting because that's what makes Hulk. That's what makes Captain America, this other dude, all the other serum. It even makes Wolverine somehow. Somehow it gets into Wolverine, I'm pretty sure.
They're all different because Hulk is not superhero. He's not super.
No, he's super soldier serum mixed with gamma radiation. He just did it wrong.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, because when I think of Hulk, I think of gamma radiation. I think of the experiment fucking up, and he gets exposed to gamma radiation.
That's how.
But that was very interesting when that all happened, and then when you see them arguing in the street, and Sam is like, yeah, he throws the thing in and it just goes into the wall, and then they walk out of the house.
He's like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, he's like, you're telling me there was a black. He's like, you're telling me there was a black super. What are they called?
Black super soldier.
Black super. He was like, you're telling me there's a black super soldier from your guys' days? And he was like, did you tell Captain America about this? And he was like, no. And he's like, what the like.
Yeah,
what?
they're secrets. What I am starting to like about this show, and I'm kind of like, maybe we need to pump the brakes, is just the racial diversity. They're like, Falcon is literally calling out homies for being white and black all the time. The kid goes, it's the Black Falcon.
Yeah. He's like, who said that?
Yeah, my dad. So are you the black kid?
Yeah.
It's like, I see what you're doing, trying to make like the justice, but at the same time, it's like, let's just not even talk about race, and then we don't have to worry about it. Kind of. That's at least how I've always felt like. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to solve racism.
I'm in the same boat as you, bro. I'm in the same boat as you because I tweeted my thoughts last night, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm fully hooked into this show yet. But the way that it ended with them talking about Zemo, I was like, oh, maybe next week will get me hooked in.
Yeah.
And weird enough, I got hooked into WandaVision in episode 3 too. So. Maybe they know they know what they're doing, but they're warming up. There's something happening. But anyway, they sparked my interest at the end of this episode with Zemo. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll get hooked into that one. But with the racial stuff, me being a black man, you being a black man, I personally do not like watching stuff that talks about racial shit or touches on racial shit or like tries to just bring it to light. And I think
or like the black experience.
The black experience, me personally, I don't. And I think for me, because this gets some deep shit. Just not even deep shit, just real shit. Just like legit real shit. You got two co-hosts who are mixed. We're black. We are mixed with other things, but at the end of the day, our skin color is black. So people see us as black. And it's like, for me personally, I don't really like watching that stuff just because I feel like it's too everyday. It's triggering. It's very triggering because, like you say, it's too everyday. We deal with this shit every day, if not every other day. If we don't deal with it every day, we deal with it when we leave the house every other day. We get looked at weird. We get blah 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 weird. We go into anywhere and we say, hey, can I check this out? We get looked at weird. It's like a lot of people may look at us and they think or they hear what we say and they say, nah, I doubt it. Like I doubt you guys really go through that. But it's like, no, legit. Like us, your co-host right now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you listening to us, you would never think we get that. But no, like there's times where we've hung out like in the past month or so and we've got judged or racially profiled just because we're fucking black. It's like we could be doing the minimalist thing, but it's like we get judged for it. So when I see shit like that in shows or movies, it's just triggering to me. It's like, fuck, dude, I got to deal with this like all the time. Like I don't want to see it in TV. And it's also kind of like the other night, Damon brought up something. He was like, why should I need to explain our trauma or what we go through to you? Like, why can't you just read up on it? And that's how I feel like with the movies or something. It's like, bruh, I like watching this shit. I don't want to bring this racial shit into my movies. Like the shit that I find enjoyment in. Like where I want to kick back and sit back and relax. And then I got to watch some racial shit. It's like, okay, I feel that when I leave my house. And I don't want to see it on the TV screen.
On top of that, it's like, to me, just because I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist, whenever I see something on TV, I immediately go, okay, they're trying to push this as the norm, as the normality. Yeah. So for him to walk around and be upset about being black, or things aren't going this way, or all those white folks or whatever, it's like you're trying to normalize that, which continues that perpetuation of racism from both sides. Yeah. Now it's the black guy who's not even racist, but is just like intolerant of white people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now his biggest arch enemy, is the white dude who took his white dude's spot.
Yeah, 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 for sure, and it's like I think that was one of the main things that left me feeling weird about this episode, honestly, was the racial shit. Because I could see it, bro. I could, like, it's just what I said. I was like, you got the white and black dude on that side, and you got the white and black dude on this side. Yep. So it's like they're going to be fighting each other, but it's like, oh, well, you got a white and black dude on this side, you got a white black dude on this side. Yep. I see what they're doing. And in me personally, I don't really like it, just because we are people of color, and it's like we do have to deal with this shit on a real life basis, not on TV. Like, this TV shit is fun. This TV shit's fun, right? It's fun to watch. It's fun to see. But if that cop shit happened to me and you, we're not no fucking superheroes. We're not Falcon. Oh my gosh. We can't get out of a situation like that so easily.
That was literally that was like the scene from Us. So not from Us, from Get Out. Yeah. He's not even driving, and they go, "Let me see your driver's license." Bruh, literally that exact same thing.
Have you seen the movie Blind Spotting?
I think so. The one where homie's a mover.
Yeah. Yes, bro. Yes, Blind Spotting, perfect example of that. Yeah. Perfect example of that. You got a white friend who is
pushing the edge.
Pushing the edge of acting black, of doing this. I want to, gang bang. I want to do all this. And you got the black guy who just is on parole and is trying to get his life together and be right and get on the straight edge line and shit like that. But you got your white homie who's trying to act black and doing all this dumb shit. So the homie gets caught up because of his white friend who's trying to act black. And it's like, in the movie, the cops like see them at one point, and then the white guy's just like, "No, we're good. Like, we're good." But it's like, how funny is it that your white friend is the more ghetto person and you're the more civilized person? Yep. The black guy is the more civilized person, but the white guy is the more ghetto person. And we're not going to talk about race all the time. It's just the material. The material that we are watching is bringing this stuff up, and we're just saying that we personally don't like to see it in our
It's literally like I said. It's just when you see it on the screen, it should tell you that they're trying to normalize something. Just like when they have gay couples on screen, when they have old dudes talking to kids, all that stuff is all just trying to like desensitize homies to those environments. And not even to get into that deep of a discussion. I like the show. I think it's cool. I definitely like this one because it's really starting to push the envelope of like, we're the good guys, you're a poser good guy. You know? That's what I'm seeing.
One final thing with the episode. The super soldiers. The one people, one world.
The hand or whatever,
the one hand, one world, one people, one world or whatever.
I don't know what their motive or their group is.
Very, very interesting stuff. Our homeboy survived, who we thought wouldn't survive.
Who?
The guy who got slammed and kicked in the head, he survived.
Oh, yeah. He survived that episode, though.
Yeah, he survived that episode.
Speaking of which, those homies, I like their agenda. I actually really like their agenda. Yeah. They're upset that homies who disappeared during the blip and have no understanding of, like, the 5 years that were gone are now just put right back into power. Yeah. Did you get that?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah. So they're, like, even talking about government stuff, which is, like, more of that stuff they're just putting on the TV. But, you know.
I don't know. I liked the episode.
I liked it.
I liked the episode. It was more of the same. I want to say in comparison to WandaVision, I'm going to give this show until next week because I did really get hooked into WandaVision at the end of episode 3, I believe. So I'm like, let me give this show the same amount of time, which they teased Zemo at the end, which he is going to come in. And I'm like, okay, once you bring in Zemo, I'm in. Yep. I'm fully in. You're bringing an enemy back, a villain back who is in a main Marvel movie. I want to see that shit. Yeah. And I want to see how that conversation goes. I want to see him break out of the jail wherever he's at because we know he gets out because he's in the trailers. And I want to see. I want to compare. I'm going to wait till next week. Compare WandaVision and this show.
Okay.
Just because with WandaVision, I feel like I really like the magic stuff and what they're and the weirdness of it. But then again, that stuff didn't really start fully picking up until like episode 3 and beyond.
And I'll be straight with you. I like the realism of this show.
Yeah.
I like how we start off with the ratio staying the same ratio.
Yeah.
We're not like trying to figure out, are we in a dream? What do we do?
Yeah.
Like, I like that, it's just a little more Marvel movie-esque. Like, we're here, we're fighting the bad guy.
And it's like you're also the thing with, and I've been noticing when I was watching this last one, different locations.
Yeah,
different locations. You're moving. People are hopping on planes. They're going here. They're going there.
And I felt like with WandaVision, it was like a stall. It literally was just kind of like, not only with what you're saying, they're in one area the whole time, but it just seems like a hold on time in and of itself.
Yeah,
like.
You're controlling everything.
Everything that was encapsulated there has like literally no effect on the outer world because homie hasn't said anything about it.
It's all inside the hex.
Yeah.
You're controlling everything. What's going on in there is happening inside there, and so nothing's really happening outside.
Yeah.
And it's like what's going on with this TV show is happening worldwide.
Exactly.
So people are hearing it. People are knowing about it, and et cetera, which I do really like. And that's where the conspiracy comes in because I'm like, what if the new Captain America, if he does go bad, what if he turns into fucking homeboy who's supposed to fight Black Widow? I can't think of the name right now, but who copies the
Taskmaster?
Taskmaster, bro. What if he? What if? Yeah,
I don't know Taskmaster's origin, but Taskmaster is a cool.
Taskmaster seems like a sick ass.
Did you play Spider-Man? Spider-Man on the PS4?
Yes, I did. So,
he's on that one.
He was like a side.
Yeah, he was
a quick one, huh?
He's like go through all these quests or whatever. Or he gives you like time trials or something.
Yeah, he was a quick one.
Yeah,
but he was still fun though.
Because
he was copying your stuff. He knew when you would freaking sling and stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, Taskmaster is one of the cool dudes because he learns your moves as you're fighting him, so you literally can't keep copying the same moves.
Straight up.
And not only that, but it's like I got to come up with new moves. And still be strong in making this next move.
Yeah.
Without him trying to predict it. He's a cool villain.
I'm very because did you know that Black Widow clearly Black Widow was supposed to come out before all these shows started airing. But now they tweaked their release schedule and now Winter Soldier is coming out before Black Widow. And originally that movie was supposed to come out a couple of months after.
What are they going to change?
Winter Soldier, this show was supposed to come out a couple of months after Black Widow came out. Cool, so people are saying, okay, so they moved it beforehand. So I'm like, do these connect? And I don't want to be the guy, the conspiracy theory guy who's like, oh, it's going to go in the bigger picture. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, all this shit is going in the bigger picture because this is Marvel movie TV stuff that's going in all into it. But does Zemo play a part? Who is Taskmaster? Does Taskmaster come out of this show? Is he an anti-hero eventually?
Why are you bringing up Taskmaster?
Because Black Widow comes out in July.
Oh, and he's in that. Yeah, he's in that trailer.
And Taskmaster is a villain of Black Widow.
Speaking of trailers, I know for a fact the Captain America or the Falcon trailers have shown Bucky and Falcon throwing the shield around like practicing.
Yeah.
So at some point they're gonna either fight and take the shield, or was that before?
No, Jor.
Flashback.
No, Jor. I definitely understand what you're saying, and that could be a thing. We've seen Anthony Mackie throwing the shield. In this last episode that came out, we saw the new Captain America throwing the shield in the same exact spot. Did you know that in Infinity War or Endgame, they used one of the shots and filmed it with somebody else doing the thing just to trick the audience?
Really?
100%. It happened.
I never noticed that.
It was, I can't think of the exact scene right now, but I know a couple of you guys out there, you know what I'm talking about.
If you know, comment it.
Comment us and throw it in there. Infinity War and Endgame.
Okay.
They used fake footage of a movie. They used fake footage. They recorded it, but they put it in the trailer to kind of confuse people.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
they could probably be doing
think about
the
it.
same thing.
Think about it. And that's not to say he's not going to get the shield. Of course he's going to get the fucking shield. Of course. We all know the outcome of the show. Yeah. He's going to become Captain America at the end of the show. We all know the outcome.
I hope so.
But when you talk about that, when the trailers, I was like, it kind of just made me think about that. And I was like, well, they've already used this trick before, and it was fake. So why wouldn't they use it this time? Because when I saw him throwing the shield in the field, I was like, that's the exact same field from the trailer. Mm-hmm. So this is weird. You probably had both of them film the same thing and use Anthony Mackie in the trailer, but you put him as the actual thing. So clearly we know he's going to get the shield. But I'm just saying, Marvel, they're secretive people. They know what they're doing.
No, they do.
And we'll see what happens. But
I'm definitely interested in the Black Widow, especially because it's like
I'm stoked.
That was supposed to come out last year, and because of COVID, it keeps getting pushed back. So it's like, are they going to add more to it? Is there going to be a Snyder Cut version? You know. But anyway, I think are we reviewing this one? Are we giving a score? Or should we just score the whole series at the end?
Let's score the whole series at the end.
Okay,
well, let's score those series at the end.
This is Gaming Pop Reviews. We hope you leave us a like, a comment. The first question was the Zack Snyder Cut. Did you like it? And the second question is, what do we think is going to happen in Winter Soldier?
Yeah. Shouts out to you guys. Let us know what you think. Give us some feedback, and it's all love. Peace out.
Deuces.
Later.
Yeah.